Hello, you beautiful, beautiful souls, Aquarians, collective, whoever is here watching this video, okay? Or if you have Aquarius in your chart, most of us have every sign in our chart somewhere. Anyway, I am creating this video for you on February 22nd or February 23rd, 2025, depending on where you're at. But where I'm at, it is 222. You might be seeing 222, 252. Also sevens, because 2 and 5 is 7. Anyways, I did channel 2 songs, but before I get into all that, and I had a pre-shuffle for all the cards, but these I had to show you because they probably won't come out again. And I literally basically I got the background of the story, all right, and more of the story will come out in the tarot reading. Anyway, before I get into all that, I want to be the first to tell you guys that you're so beautiful and you're so needed in this world, and I want to thank each and every one of you for your time and your energy. Okay, I value you and the divine values you, and thank you so much. You are protected. That came out, and I think that right there, number 39, 9s and 3s, though any of these numbers that I throw at you can resonate to you anywhere in your life, whether it's a birth date in your chart, as far as a life path, or you just see them on a daily basis. Thank you for coming to Aquarius by Aquarius. I'm your host, Colleen. I don't even know what I'm going to name this video. I've already got several titles pop up into my head, and sometimes I will change the title because I try to make the title with the most impact with the shortest, the least amount of words. So sometimes I do it just because I'm drawn to, because sometimes several titles come to mind. But anyways, thank you for being here. Thank you to my moderators. Thank you to everybody who has subbed. Thank you to everybody who just watches the video, just whatever. Thank you guys so much for being here. I timestamp, so you can always go past my intros. You can go to anything you want in the description box. The 2 songs I channeled were, I have my scribbles here, Back to Life by Soul to Soul and Toni Braxton. He wasn't man enough for me, but also, or he wasn't man enough. But for those of you who are men watching, because I read for everybody here, I read energy, and so those of you men, they weren't woman enough. Now this is kind of a more blunt way to say it. They weren't man or woman enough. Getting back to life, back to reality, right? Moving on. And then this deck, actually, Moving On came out from my mermaid deck. The softer core way to say this would be, they weren't where they needed to be to meet you. That's like a very sugary way to say it, but for a lot of you, I understand there might be some, I don't want to say anger, I just want to be like, some of you might just be like, you know, they wasn't man enough, they wasn't woman enough, you know, it's time to get back to reality. Okay, because a lot of Aquarians are blunt, all right. Aquarians and Aries are very blunt, but you could have it anywhere in your chart, it doesn't really matter. A lot of people can be blunt and not be Aquarius or Aries, but things that came to mind reading all of my scribble, you know, I feel like you've tried your best, all right, but you had to move on. And keep in mind timelines. Maybe you've already moved on, maybe someone is thinking about moving on, or maybe this will be something you're thinking about doing in the future. And what I mean about moving on, maybe you physically have moved on from somebody, you know, but maybe your mind still goes and thinks about them. You know, are they happy, or what's going on, or do they even care about how I feel? You know what I mean? And, you know, some of these titles, you know, one of them is like letting go of the one who has your heart. Okay. You tried to awaken them, you know, back to reality. I don't know what I'm going to use. And I could even change that again. Now, the cards that came out in the pre-shuffle, we have literally, this says it all. Somebody's asleep. They're not awake. And I think that you know it, and I think that you know it in your soul, okay? I think you heard the call and they didn't hear the call. Now, there's a lot of things that happen to people when they don't hear the call, okay? They can have some sort of energetic attachment that draws them away from you. And that can be anything from a substance abuse to a literal karmic relationship. Doesn't really matter. There is something that caused this person not to awaken as of yet. I don't want anyone to manifest someone not awakening, because it's important that we all awaken. It's so important, whether this is a soulmate, a twin flame, a star seed, I don't care. It's karmic. It's so important for us all to awaken, okay? We're all under the illusion, but some of us are not anymore. And some of you have already had to let go of this person. This Four of Pentacles reverse. You have a lot of love and you're psychic, okay? Queen of Cups energy, even though this is a thing a lot of people like when I name off the signs, and some people don't like it, but I'm telling you guys, I'm an energy reader. I'm not a sign reader. Sometimes I get comments, you don't name off all the signs. Well, okay, this is literal Pisces. This is literal Scorpio. But let's think bigger than that. Can we not all embody the Queen of Cups? Can we not all be psychic and loving? Come on now, that ain't just Pisces. Let's get real. Just saying, look at the energy here. Somebody's had to let go, or will have to let go, because somebody's just not awakened or not awakening at this time. And what it will do is it will cause someone to wait and stay waiting and waiting and waiting. And then that's not good. For the one who has to wait, it's not good. It's not emotionally good. It's not good at all. And then on the bottom we have the Lovers, and the Lovers can talk about mirroring. You know, you can mirror this person, but it also can talk about when you move on. Even energetically, if you physically have moved on, it can talk about when you move on from their thoughts of this person. It can maybe cause an awakening. Okay, maybe it can cause an awakening because they won't feel your energy anymore. And thoughts are energy that travel, okay, that manifests. So anyways, those of you who have already moved on, Spirit told me this is a good time for you to be a mentor. This is a good time for you to get into those comments. The comment section, when you see people who are hurting, you can tell by their response. You can tell if someone's coming from the pain body or if someone has truly, you know, forgiven and let go and moved on. You can always tell by someone's response where they're coming from. And for those of you who have already been through this, already had to move on, Spirit told me this is a great time for you to interact. Interact in the live or interact in the comment section for those who need it. All right? How did you get through it? Tell us how. That's kind of what Spirit told me. Let those who need your help and support, let them know how you got through it. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking, and we are going to get into the oracle part of this reading. I've already done a pre-shuffle, but yeah, like I said, it's just I always love shuffling and reshuffling. It keeps the energy extremely fresh for me. All right, so we're going to pull here from the fairy, and I want to just get some oracle messages, even though this is not an oracle deck. I sometimes like to use it. Wow, the Lovers. Here we go. The Lovers again. True love that is long-lasting. Choices made from the heart. Also a return to good health. Card number 6. You know, this came out in the pre-shuffle, but it literally came out in the reverse. And this can talk about someone reaching out or not reaching out. It can also talk about an age difference. So whatever that is, you know, some of you are going to move on from somebody, and they're probably going to return because they don't feel your energy, your energetic imprint with them anymore. And just keep in mind, you may hear from them. That may be what it takes to awaken a person. But some of you are going to let go of somebody, and you're going to be with somebody who is in this energy with you on your level here. Or you're going to find a connection to be in a connection with, whether it's platonic or not. Give me some mermaid cards. I feel like you're going to be aligning with what you want. Trust. Trust. This always talks about trust. How the process. Trust how this plays out. Gentleness and healing. I don't know if they were thinking of Jason Momoa when they made this card, but that looks like Jason Momoa. It looks like Aquaman. Anyways, gentleness, healing. There may be somebody who needs to heal, okay? Someone who is not awakened. There could be somebody who is dealing with a lot. I mean, let's just look at it image-wise. One man and a lot of women. Or one person and a lot of people. Because women can also be with a lot of other partners as well, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's one person dealing with a lot of people if you just want to look at the image. Somebody might be healing, all right? Somebody might be healing something within themselves. You might be moving on. You might have already moved on to let them deal with whatever they're dealing with, or to heal with whatever. I do feel strongly you've tried to help somebody and you just can't help them anymore. And you've helped somebody to the point that now it's time to help yourself. And like I said, some of you have already begun this, and you're going to help the rest of whoever you can come in contact with, right? You're going to help them to move on like you did. You got the dog in reverse. Some of you might be born the year of the dog, but some of you were loyal. This is in the reverse, and some of you may have been loyal to a connection and it just wasn't loyal back. It's just time to be loyal to yourself now. That's another good title. I have no clue what I'm going to name this. We have boar. Somebody could be also born the year of the pig, and it says, face your problems head on with confidence and courage, and you will emerge victorious. You know, I feel like there's a lot of loving yourself going on here. And if you're already doing that, I feel like there's a lot about teaching others to do it. And whether it's on a platform in the comment section or someone in your family. Because a lot of times our children will grow up, and grandchildren, they will grow up and follow a similar pattern. If you are with an abuser, they might be with an abuser. If you were with a cheater, they might be with a cheater. You know, it's just weird how that happens. And so you might be a mentor to someone in your family if you've already moved on and you've already dealt with this. But some of you might actually be going through this, or might go through this in the future. And just remember to love yourself, value yourself. Remember that you did what you could do and you can't do no more, and you got to move on, because at some point, if you don't, you lose yourself. You're no good to nobody when you lose yourself. Time to have some joyful, playful experiences, okay? Regardless. You don't have to travel, but somebody could be coming back in here. It could be somebody who juggled you. All right, but it could be a new person that you're going to meet through traveling that you haven't. Someone could travel into the country, leave the country, come in. This could be someone new. All right, it always happens in the astral before it happens in the physical. And there's something that's going on in the astral, and it's about to get grounded here to the physical. Now, this can be a new connection coming in. Someone you're bringing toward you. We have creativity, which is the Empress, and we have slowing down, reverse, and we have projections in the upright. So you're about ready to meet somebody in the physical that you've been seeing in the astral. That's what I feel here. All right, let's get into the tarot part of this. Now, if anyone is about to go through a breakup, Spirit just told me that will also happen in the astral first. Like you guys will actually separate in the astral before you actually separate in the physical. You'll start hanging out with other people in the astral. You won't be around them. And then eventually physically, it will just happen that way in the physical realm. All right, let's get into the tarot reading. But I really do feel like you contributed or did all that you could in a situation. And there's just like, what else can you do? And I don't know if there's anything else you can do other than save yourself. It's like somebody on a sinking ship and you're saying the boat is sinking, get off. You can't see it. Wake up, wake up, wake up. And it's like, you got to get off the ship. It's either you go down with them or you get off the ship and save yourself. It's like, what do you do? Wow, this landed on the Emperor. I mean, the Emperor came out first, and it landed on projections. For some of you, you are communicating with your soulmate, divine counterpart, okay, or your next boss. If it's this, the Emperor is divine masculine energy, yang energy, which can be embodied by any person. It's also the boss. It's rules and structure, the one who builds the society, a builder. It's even often associated with a life path 4, okay? You know, the Emperor goes after, the Empress receives. And we got the Empress. So I do feel like somebody is attracting a soulmate, a spouse. I really do. And I feel that it's because, you know, it comes after time of letting go. It's like, okay, well, I have to let go of this person. I have to stop thinking about this person. And if you're already married, it might be like, well, you know, maybe there's another person that comes up in topic all the time and it's a strain on the marriage. And it's like, you know, maybe just focus on each other and not focus on that. It might be that for those of you who are married. I don't know. You guys let me know. But I feel like for a lot of you, it's bringing in, like, because it happens first. And the Emperor is in the upright. So I feel like you're either in connection with someone you're going to be in a future connection with. You're astrally connected right now. This could be your future boss, your future country, okay? Moving into a new country, okay? Talking to, you know, whoever's in charge over there. You know, paperwork. You might be talking, you know, talking with someone in charge of immigration. Might be, I've astral talked to my future employer. So this can also be talking to your future employer, whatever it is. It represents country, spouse, parental figure. All right, the one in charge, the one. So when we got that card, marriage, and we got this card, whoever it is, you're coming in contact with this person. You're already in contact with them. So I feel like you're leaving, leaving something behind to go towards something else. And I feel it's a renewal for you. Now the Tower here is like, it came out kind of sideways, and I don't know. I don't know what that is. Because success is on the bottom. Maybe you leaving someone behind. Maybe you cutting ties or cutting a contract. We have literally a contract or legal or paperwork in reverse. The sword or the pen and success. New opportunity. And it might be, you know, I'm leaving this country, going to a new country. I'm leaving this job, going to a new job. I'm leaving this person, whether it's thoughts or physically, and I'm going to a new life because this person is dragging me down, or thinking of them is keeping me, you know, isolated. But here's that Queen of Cups. It's intuition. It's love. I feel like there's a renewal that happens when you let go and allow new love to come in, and that form of love can be anything that the Emperor represents, okay? A spouse. Some of you are Okay. Again, I will have to clarify, but this is something that you've manifested, whether unconsciously or consciously manifested. So it's very important to know that negative thoughts can also manifest, but it takes longer because the divine doesn't want to, send something your way unless it's actual lesson you have to learn. But we do have the Hierophant in the reverse, and that is interesting because we have rules and structure. We also have beliefs. We also have marriage. We have commitment. So that is the root of this. And we have Scorpio energy here with the King of Cups reverse. Now, I don't have any return cards, but when you walk away from whatever this is, it may want to try to pull you in. It may want to try to come back to you, okay, because you're leaving it. Whatever it is, a boss, a spouse, somebody may try to be getting you back because you're moving on, okay? If you were a source of money to somebody, they might, try to stop it. Some of you, the Hierophant is also the teacher, the student. So some of you are also going with this Tower here, leaving the student process and being a teacher. And some of you might be changing a position, okay? If you are currently a teacher or a leader, you might be changing a position, all right? I feel like whatever it is, it hits somebody more. Yeah, there's definitely change. There's something that happens here. I mean, the Death card landed on the Tower. I can't wait to clarify this. Both are Scorpio, and this has Aries as well, and this is Mars, Pluto, all right? So this could definitely be... I don't see Uranus yet, but this is a major change, okay? And Pluto is in your sign, our sign, I should say. So this is a major change in relationships, and there we go, the Awakening card, and we have the World, and somebody is going to awaken just because you're not putting any more energy to them at all, not even thoughts. And for some of you, it's like you're looking at your opportunities here, and then I feel like it's one of those things. I feel like, when you completely energetically move on, it causes somebody to awaken, and whoever is in this energy, it's like a spouse or divine counterpart that did not value you, okay, did not recognize your worth. Also with a boss didn't recognize your worth and your value and your talent. They just took you for granted. You could be the one bringing the Tower too, because you're taking absolute control over your life. I know that you're taking control over your life, for sure. We have the Four of Pentacles. Yeah. Four of Pentacles can talk about holding, withholding, or saving, or holding on to too much. Yeah. We have the Queen of Swords. He cuts out whatever is not authentic, whatever is not true. And if it relates to any of these songs I channeled, it's like getting back to reality. I've been holding on to this energy too much, and it could be in the mind. Someone could be thinking about someone too much, and it's like, it's time to take my sword and cut it out. Don't be surprised if that person doesn't rush in pretty soon after that. And it might be temporary. It might, maybe somebody has Cancer, Sagittarius in their chart. It doesn't really matter. Like I said, I'm an energy reader. I'm reading the energy here. And if that's the case, it might be temporary. All right. It might just to keep you where you are. They might make a move just to hold on to you, but literally have no long-term plans with you. So keep that in mind. That's not for everyone. That's just here. But I think no matter what, you're doing you. And I think your intuition is very on point at this time. I really do. Because with the Queen of Cups showing up, the moon being Pisces and Cancer energy for me, because the moon rules Cancer, but we have Aquarius here. And I really feel that you already know. I feel you already know if somebody from the past comes back in, it's just to keep you, and they have no intention. So keep in mind, this can be someone that you coming in that you've already moved on from, but you might be leaving somebody, and the person you're leaving is going to want to come back around, but the person you're leaving is not valuing you, not at all. So just keep that in mind, because timelines are fluid. And I haven't even begun to clarify, so. But these cards are pretty forward, and there's a lot of major arcana here. And it has a lot to do with a commitment, a marriage, a contract. And again, we have, this is in the reverse, King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but it's really talks about stability. And this is talking about when the Ten of Pentacles wants to come out reverse. When I see a marriage or something wants to come out reverse, this could be somebody trying to hold on to somebody who never even wanted to get married, right? Maybe somebody's even living with somebody and they keep promising marriage, and someone's like, no, I'm leaving. And someone's like, look, I'll marry you, I promise, I'll marry you. And they change and they're real nice for a few months, and then they don't do nothing. They go right back to what they were, and they don't get married. It's like saying this in order for someone not to leave. It could even be that, because somebody could even be living with a person like this, wanting to leave them because they won't do what they say they're going to do. They say they're going to marry them, but they don't. And the reason I know that that's for some people, because I actually know somebody who has an Aquarius rising actually going through this right now. So some of you might be Aquarius rising. We have here the first card on the bottom. You are headed to your stability regardless. I feel like you have a very strong intuition at this time. I really do. And I feel that you're definitely going to go to where the Four of Wands, you could be seeing 1111. With the lovers and stuff like that, maybe some people are going toward their twin flame or meeting their twin flame. This would not be like the runner chaser type of dynamic, though. This would just, lessons are learned and then these people come together, okay? So I understand the toxicity that goes on with twin flames, but just keep in mind there are some successful stories. A lot of what happens between twin flames is the catalyst for our growth. But this, regardless, this is not a twin flame reading, but someone is going toward their stability, and I feel like it's Aquarius. No matter what, we have Aquarius here. I'm heading to my stability, period. I know where it's at. And this is a happy home, a happy job, or this is heading to the lovers. I'm going back to where, or I'm finding my person. I'm letting go of this, and I'm going back. I'm finding my person. I'm finding my job. I'm finding, my country of origin where I want to live. I'm returning to stability and happiness. Some people might be returning back home. Sometimes that Four of Wands is home, and we had the travel reverse. Someone could be returning back to home. They could have left the country because of another reason, and they're returning back to home. Give me the staff and I will clarify. Also, I won't be in tonight's reading when this comes out because I go out on the weekends, and I help others. So I definitely see that you are, I feel like you're a fighter, because that's what I heard. I know it could be a card of resistance, but I feel like you're in a position that you're going to fight for what you want. And we have this Page of Wands, which come out in reverse in the other deck, and it's reversed here now. And I do feel like you're like, look, I haven't heard anything. I don't get no love. I haven't heard anything. I'm thinking about, I want to be with, or I want a union with somebody, and I don't get much from them, or I get breadcrumbs. I don't have the breadcrumbing card, but I don't need it. I can see someone, this would be like, this is Leo energy, but this would be like in the song, they weren't man enough or woman enough, okay? And it's like, or they weren't strong enough. That's another way to look at it. Somebody wasn't strong enough, and you just can't sit there and keep thinking about them. Also, thinking about them is a form of weight. Now, when it comes to kids, I'm not even going to tell someone not to think about their kids. I know that there's a lot of people estranged from their kids, and I had no idea until I started doing some of these readings. I had no idea how some people are estranged from their kids, and it's really sad. It's really, really sad. It shouldn't be that way, but I'm not telling anyone not to think about their kids, but I am telling you, don't sink with the boat, okay? You're very intuitive. You're very smart. Don't allow yourself to sink, because you will lose yourself. So unless you're prepared to lose yourself, but I don't think that you are. I think you're very strong. Choices. We got some choices to make. Got some decisions to make here with that Seven of Cups. And like I said, with that Seven of Cups, when I saw all these people over here, this is in the hopes and fears, and it's like, they're dealing with a lot of other people, or they got a lot of other options. If you're letting a person go, it's like, okay, they got options. Okay, let me look at my options now. You do have a choice. You have a choice not to think about them, not to wait on them. God knows what you want in life, and if it's meant for you, it will happen, because remember, protection came out. That came out in the shuffle, protection. So if something's not working out or happening for you, don't look at it as a failure with the Six of Wands reverse. Look at it as you are being divinely protected. It's okay. Release your pain. Release this. It's okay to experience your pain. Three of Swords. You'll heal from it, but release it. And like I said, if those of you have already done this process, if you've already released somebody, you've already went through everything that I'm describing right here. Spirit said, be that friend, that mentor, because somebody really doesn't know how to get to the light at the end of the tunnel on this one. Be that friend, be that mentor. All I can tell you guys, if you're letting go of a twin flame, there's going to be a process called the dark night of the soul. You can look it up, but it's really going to be a time of deep self-reflection, and a lot of time you want to withdraw from the world. You don't, you don't want to be around people. You don't feel like functioning and participating. It's a depression that eventually goes away. Now, if somebody is chronically depressed, like from childhood, this is not dark night of the soul stuff, okay? That's, you go see a doctor for that. But this is a temporary, like for me it was 6 months. It's temporary. You will move on. You will come out of it, and you will be like, look, I got to live my life or sit here in misery every day. That's the choice I had to come to. I'm going to live in misery every day thinking me and my twin flame aren't doing a mission, or I'm going to move forward. What's it going to be? Okay, because they're definitely living their best life. Am I going to sit here and just like be on the sidelines? No. If it's that, you may need to go through the dark night of the soul, but this doesn't have to be that. This can be, maybe you have an estranged child that you've been waiting for, holding, when's my kid going to come back? And I know that is heart-wrenching. But what would you do if your child passed away as well? You know that you have to get through this life, okay? You know you have to get through this life, and you'll see them again regardless. So even if your child has already ascended to heaven, you can actually rejoice because they're in a happy place. You can actually talk to them, and they can send you, they might move a picture. That's a good one to try. If you have a child or a loved one who's ascended into heaven, put their picture out talk to them and ask them to move it or something. And you might see a little picture, or you might see a little pair of earrings or a coin or something moved. That might be a sign. But you have to live your life, okay? That's the gist of that one. If someone doesn't like my advice, I might not be your reader. I often interject my life story. So if you don't like that, maybe I'm just not your reader. You might find a 10-minute reader might be your reader. So literally Aries coming out. Someone might be moving on from an Aries. Okay, we have Queen of Wands in the reverse, but it's also Aries, Leo, Sag, but it's also karmic energy for me as a reader. So this is like saying I'm moving on from this energy, whatever it is. Someone might even be having an ego death, because this is a very confident card, and we did see the Leo card come out reverse. We did see the Strength card come out reverse. Someone could just be having an ego death. You might be creating this ego death in somebody because you're moving on. Somebody might not have ever thought you would completely move on. Depends if you're dealing with this person or if you've already moved on from this person. But like I said, thoughts count. There's a lot about letting go, even trying not to think about them. So however that plays out for you. Like I said, as a parent, I don't think I could ever not think about my kids. But if I did not have the option for my child to be in my life, I think I would try to focus to be the best human I could be while I'm here, right? That's how I would operate. I would try to just, not that I'm not a good human now, but I would just really try to really go out and help others who are in my position, right? So if I was living without my children, I would try to help others who are also trying to get through that maybe don't have the strength or the wisdom. If I had lost my children, I might try to go out and help people who have lost their children and find a group, a support group, and support each other, you know? Tell me about the Tower. This is definitely, for those who get confused with my readings, I'm telling you, this is a reading about letting something go. And it can be thoughts. It can be a literal person in your life or a job, but it can be a person that you can't stop thinking about as well. This is about letting go because it doesn't serve you. This is about not sinking on that ship because you're still here with a life. Okay, so anybody who's confused for my reading, this reading is save yourself. If you can't save anyone else, save your damn self. That's this reading. Look out onto new horizons. If somebody has been laid to rest, and I'm sorry for those who have recently had someone laid to rest. I know who you are. My prayers are with you. This is more of, you have to grieve first. But literally, if there's been no movement, this is a person who is on this planet, or this is a situation, a dead-end situation. Move on. Move on to something better, peaceful. The Emperor is in reverse. And for some of you, this is literally, for those of you who I know you're leaving the country, this is you leaving the country because there's something, it's time. There's no movement. There's no more growth. All right. If you're trying to find a new place to locate, meditate on it. Do your due diligence. I like the astrocartography for that. Tell me about the Hierophant in reverse. Six of Pentacles. It talks about an exchange. So whatever it is, whether you're leaving something because they don't value you, the money isn't good, whether you're leaving something because you're getting breadcrumbed, whatever it is, you're leaving it. You're leaving it. Again, the mirroring card is coming out, and then Eight of Pentacles. Somebody, if this is a person you're actually walking away from, they may come back. All right, they may come back. A peace offering. Please don't go. But again, that personality will come back, okay, where they start withdrawing, and eventually you will just have to move on again. So there could be somebody who returns just because you let them go, and no other reason. And for that one person that I know about, there is somebody, you know, that is going to make promises of marriage and just to keep them there. And it's just not, they have no intention of it. Tell me about the, yeah, what's changing is a new relationship, a new opportunity, new money, new horizons. Okay. This is new. This is death and rebirth. So whatever is going out of your life, let it flow, let it go. Let it flow, let it go. That's meant to leave your life because of your protection, your divine protection. Write that in the comments. Let it flow, let it go, let it go, let it flow. I don't care how you want to write it. Tell me about the Four of Pentacles. Wait, I didn't clarify him. Tell me about the King of Cups reverse. Yeah, I'm telling you, there's going to be somebody, if you're literally leaving a person in the process, or you have, maybe recently, there is a person who is going to, there's a person who, you know, they're sort of lying low here. They could be single or, you know, acting single, staying solo. But you are the Empress energy of bringing in, you are attracting what you want in your life. And you might even tell somebody, you might have to write somebody. Maybe there's somebody in another country. You might have to even write somebody, but it is the Hierophant, so it is student teacher. So we do have that. But it's like, I feel like once somebody releases, then there's some information. So it's almost like somebody has to announce this. Somebody has to announce this and release so that something can come in. But keep in mind, you don't always have to announce it to the person. You could say, look, I'm leaving you. You're breadcrumbing me. Been dealing with it for years. Peace out. That Aquarian style. I can't do it no more. An Aquarian will stay until they can no longer stay. Now, it can go like that with work. It can go like that in a relationship. And then they're like, oh my God, I'm losing Aquarius. I need to do something. I need to change something here. I got to. Something's got to give. I got to do something. Doesn't mean that it's going to work, because it shows that it's just a lot of talk. Somebody says that it's a lot of talk. I feel you know that, though. Tell me about the Four of Pentacles. The Star reversed. You know. The thing is, like, you're like a truth meter right now. Something don't fly on your truth meter, all right, when it comes to something. And it could be you feel like someone's holding something back. You're moving on, though. You're moving. Someone's going to watch you. Someone's also going to watch your progress. Man, so much progress for you. Somebody's going to watch your progress. They're not going to say anything. They might awaken, or they may never. I don't know. But I feel that they will awaken, and they're going to watch your progress. A lot of it has to do with you cutting them off. This is that card. You may be cutting off a soulmate. You may be cutting off a marriage. You may be, and it can talk about thoughts, because the Eight of Swords is reversed. That talks about also releasing the thoughts of them so that you don't sink on that ship. But they're going to watch you progress. They're going to watch you thrive. And this is not revenge. You did what you could do. You did what you could do. You can't do anything more. You can't do anything more but save yourself. Tell me about the Queen of Swords. Yeah, Three of Pentacles. You're starting over. Some of you are starting over with a new person. You're going to get married to that person. Some of you are starting over with a new job. Starting over in a new country. But it's about your power. You're standing in your power. You're making your own rules, which Aquarius is known to be the rule breaker, but in this case, you would be making your own rules. Okay? This is you standing in your truth and in your power. It's going to be hard for somebody who loses you. even if they're not physically with you. I hope you're understanding that. Even if you're not physically with this person, when you completely energetically cut them off, they are going to feel it energetically. They're not going to feel your thoughts anymore reach them. So even energetically, some of you physically are cutting off. Some of you are energetically, all forms of cutting off. Energy, thoughts, physical, like everything. It's going to affect this person. I feel this person is going to have a tower. Did I clarify the tower? Give me a card for that. I don't remember if I clarified the tower. I probably did. A lot of details are coming out in this reading. Yeah. I feel like someone else is going to have this tower because Nine of Swords. You're going to stop. You're not going to waste any more thoughts. There's a lot about you breaking off thoughts from this. A lot about that. Because it's too stressful. It's too stressful to think about this. Because you did all you can do. There's nothing else you can do. Tell me about the King of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah. They're not going to like it. I got now Queen of Swords reverse, Ace of Cups reverse. You breaking off the love you were sending them energetically or physically, they're not going to like it. They're actually, I feel, going to be quite upset. They might even retaliate even a little verbally, or they just might make something here. They could make a snide remark, okay, and they can hold back. They can whatever. It looks like a lot that they're going to hold back, sit back, watch, hold back. But ways they can make a snide remark on your page. They can even have fake profiles and just say something just to, make you feel crappy. Tell me about the Seven of Wands. I feel like you're resilient. I feel like you're resilient. Landed on the Empress. Yeah. You're very resilient because the fact of the matter is you just know that it isn't going to go anywhere. All right? You know this. With whatever it is you're letting go of, Ten of Pentacles reverse. It's just not going to let go. It's just not going to be worth holding on to. The stress, the drama, the thoughts, whatever it is, because, it depends on, because there are people who have crossed over to heaven here. All right. So it depends on, what you're letting go of. But it's time to live your life. Okay. It's time to remember that you have a life to live. Maybe that's a good reading, good name for this. It's time to remember that you have a life to live. You living your life is not thinking about someone else all the time or waiting on someone else all the time. Tell me about the Page of Wands reverse. Seven of Wands, and that was already here. So I feel like maybe sometimes you feel like you're under fire, all right? You're a forward thinker. A lot of times you will make up your own rules. You will change the rules. I feel like you're under fire for that, and I feel like a lot of people don't like that, but I don't. You are resilient. You are a fighter, and you're resilient, and that's what you need to remember about yourself. Doesn't matter. You're not the one who goes with the crowd. You're the one who breaks the mold. Another good title. I don't know what I'm going to name this. You see, so many details comes out, and I don't know exactly what to name this reading, but you are the one who breaks the mold. That's why Aquarius is the sign of invention. You break the mold. You don't follow the crowd. Tell me about this Seven of Cups. We're almost done. If you stayed this long, I don't know how long this reading is. Sorry, I won't be in here tonight, though. I'll be helping some people who really need help. Justice reverse, Three of Cups reverse. My gosh, Five of Wands reverse, Ten of Swords reverse. Really, you're focusing on yourself. You might be repairing your heart as far as, because it can be the heart. You might be repairing your heart. Okay. All right. Nurturing yourself, loving yourself. And if someone comes back around, quite honestly, doesn't look like they have a strong chance, because you're repairing your heart. So that means you might not be ready. If someone done you wrong, you might not be ready to forgive. If someone comes around to heal things, you might be so psychic you see right through it. Somebody may come back around and want another chance here. We got the Hermit reverse, Virgo energy, the Ten of Swords reverse, wanting to make some wrong right. But the thing is, if somebody is still dealing with another person, so if you're a strange child left you because they were listening to other people, or they let an in-law, daughter-in-law, son-in-law, somebody get involved, you're like, if you're dealing with that person, I'm not going to deal with you, because I just know that you're going to go back. You know, it's just not going to work out, because you might be coming in temporarily just to go back and do the same things all over again. This is a lover, an ex-spouse, or anybody like that, or someone that you're leaving. This is the same thing. It's like, look, you're not going to change. You're still dealing with other people, and I got to let you go, period. That's just it. Nothing, no more second chances, no more third, fourth, fifth, whatever, no more chances. Anyway, you guys are doing the best for you. You can't worry about anyone else at this time. It's about you. It's about not going down with the ship, all right, but staying afloat. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Sorry if it was confusing, but when it's a general reading, a lot of messages come out, and it doesn't always stick to one storyline, because many people are here to get messages. All right, so it's not going to be one particular storyline. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Anyway, I love you guys. You guys are beautiful souls. Let's close out with an oracle card, with a bonus card. Looks like we got two. Yeah, regain your focus. All right, trivial life matters are distracting you from your goals. Archangel Metatron and I are here to help you stay grounded. So it's time to refocus, get back to life, get back to reality. Archangel Michael is with you now. Even though you can't see it, I am actively working on this situation, and I am here and helping you. So you have guidance and protection. That came out on the bottom. You are protected. Anyway, guys, I love you. Namaste, my friends.